Hello everyone. So in this video, let us understand about the motor, sensory and perceptional development of the child. So first one is motor skills. Motor skills is nothing but the movements of the body. For example, we have gross motor skills and fine motor skills. This motor skills will help a child in doing everything, his physical actions and all. For example, locomotion, moving from one place to another place. It may be through running, jumping or walking and all. Next we have object control, which is nothing but to kick something, to throw something, to catch something. These are nothing but the object control motor skills. And then this both will come under the gross motor skills only. What will come under the gross motor skills? Object controlling and also the locomotion. Next we have the fine motor skills, which are nothing but in the child age, the child will not write directly. They'll start like pouring something or scribbling something, drawing something or to color something. Then eventually it will develop into writing. Then we will introduce them the proper writing. Draw a straight line, draw a horizontal line, a vertical line, a slanting line, then write a particular curve and then a zero. Like that we will be teaching the child how to write and all. So by this they will develop the fine motor skills. And then this fine motor skills will also help them in balancing everything. That's the reason in the early childhood, before giving them a pen or a pencil, what we will do, we will start giving them a floor so that they'll play, clay so that they'll mold it. We will give them buttons so that the buttoning the jackets and all. How to use a scissor, like we'll use a paper cutting scissors that we can give to the child, or the play toy scissors we can give them, so that their fine motor skills, how to use their fingers, arms, limbs, everything will be developed in the child. Next comes the sensory development and also the perceptual development. What are the senses? We all know that we have sense organs, right? We have eyes, nose, tongue, ears and hands. These are the sense organs, and these sense organs are important for the senses of the child. The first one is visual sense. Why a visual sense should be developed in the childhood? To differentiate. For example, there are two letters B and D, which are actually mirror images, okay, but every child cannot recognize them properly, the children with dyslexia and all, okay, but the visual senses are important for a child to identify the things. They will react immediately for the brightness, they will identify the shape, they will identify the colors, everything. So this all, if a child is not able to identify, if a child is not able to recognize, if the child is not reacting for something which is not normal, that means there is something abnormal. And then comes the visual auditory senses. Hearing, why this is important in a child? For example, we have two words, kitchen and chicken. They both are exactly same, the K and the ch sound. There is slight difference, the position of the k and ch is different over there. So this kind of slight differences also the child should be able to identify. And also to understand the pitch, to understand the volume, to understand the rhythm, if they want to sing the rhymes and all. So from childhood itself, the childhood should have the proper auditory senses. Then comes the olfactory sense. Olfactory glands are nothing but which help us in smelling something. So olfactory senses are nothing but which help us to smell something. The child should be able to recognize the pleasant smell and unpleasant smell. And also when there is something which is yummy or tasty, it's their favorite food, the child will smell it from the door itself. Today my mom has prepared something which is my favorite. So it even develops the emotional nature of the child, okay. And next comes the gustatory sense, which is nothing but the taste sense. They have to identify the tastes like sweet, sour, salty, bitter. This all tastes, different kinds of taste, and this is nothing but the gustatory sense. And the last one is tactile sense, which is nothing but the touch sense. The child should feel the rough surface, smooth surface, and this touch sense not only to feel the surfaces and all, it is even to know like the pressure, how much pressure we are applying, and what is the temperature and the pain, everything will be identified. Even the vibrations, if there is any vibration, even that will be identified by our tactile sense. And after that we even have the vestibular sense. What is this vestibular sense? This is a new one for us. It is nothing but the balance and the movement of the body, the balance while walking, the balance while jumping or dancing or doing something. Not only with the legs, it even comes with the hands. When the child is completely grown and they are doing some experiment to pour something, they may handle the acids also. So vestibular senses are nothing but which help us a child in balancing and also in the movement of the body. And the last one is proprioceptive sense. What is this proprioceptive sense? It is nothing but stretching and bending, which involves stretching and bending. First, suppose if something comes suddenly, the child should bend immediately to protect himself. If he is closing the door, he should move his body also. No one will close the door like this. We will give a movement so that we can withstand that pressure. And when we are in the beach also, the waves will be coming. So to withstand that strong wave, the child should balance his body by moving. This all comes under the proprioceptive sense. Even while clapping the hands, how they are moving, how much pressure they are putting and all. So this all comes under the proprioceptive senses. So motor skills are nothing but fine motor skills and gross motor skills, locomotion, object control, and then we have many activities to improve the motor skills of the child. And even there are few principles which comes under developing the motor skills. They are nothing but the principle of interest, principle of improvement in the skills, principle of practice, principle of learning from whole to the part, like learning something completely at a time is difficult, so that learning through parts, we can divide it into parts and we can learn. So that is nothing but principle of whole and part learning. We can even have a principle of distributed practice. So these are all the principles which help a child in developing their motor skills. And next comes the sensory skills, the visual sense, auditory sense, olfactory sense, gustatory sense, tactile sense, vestibular sense, and proprioceptive sense. That's all for the day. Thank you. Hope you have understood. Please do subscribe.